Dude, next up, I hate to say it, but this is a lock. Navajo Sterling is going to absolutely dominate Ian Kutalaba. Ian has a puncher's chance. I love the Hulk, dude. I think he's a fun fighter to watch, but
Yeah.
his gas tank expires 3 minutes into the first round, and he's been in the fight. He's been in the UFC for a long time, but he's not a contender anymore. Navajo Sterling is a serious contender. I wouldn't be surprised if he fights for the belt within the next 2 years. This is just another stepping stone on his path to contention.
100%, dude. Sterling is at minus 310, but like you said, I think he's a lock. I would take him all day against Ian. I mean, he has more path to victories. He can kind of do whatever he wants. Like you said, unless Ian catches him with a puncher's chance in the first round, he's just going to get out wrestled. Out, his conditioning's never as great. He's just going to get beat up in every facet. So as long as Sterling can kind of keep the distance and focus on his fight the first round, and then he could just maul the shit out of him the next two if he wants.
Yeah, just weather the storm in the first and you're cruising the rest of the fight. And, I wouldn't do any prop bets on Sterling because I think in rounds 2 or 3, he could win by knockout, submission, or he could cruise to a decision. So I
Yeah.
think it's safer just putting him into a parlay piece. But for me, I would take Sterling up to minus 500, to be honest with you. So
Yeah, I mean
I
this
think
is
that
great.
kind of tells you already that's locked into my parlay.
Yeah, minus 310. I mean the odds are super favorable for us.
Yeah. All right, dude. So we're Sterling to the moon. And then, all right, we got our main event here. We have um, Kyoji Horiguchi versus Manel Kopp. Dude, this is an absolute banger. I want to say whoever wins this fight will more than likely be fighting for the championship next against Josh Van if Pantoja's not fully ready to come back yet.
I can see that. Now these guys did meet back in 2017 in a different federation, and Horiguchi got Cape in an arm triangle. So there's kind of a revenge fight for Cape, and he strategically he's got a plan already for Horiguchi. So I'm taking Horiguchi, man, at the underdog position. Horiguchi at plus 135.
Wow, I would not be surprised at all if the odds flip and Horiguchi becomes the favorite on Saturday. Um, there's other members that American Top Team where Horiguchi trains, and they say that he's one of the best fighters that they've ever trained with. They think this guy's a serious title contender, and I don't see him losing to Cop. I think Horiguchi, the reason I'm taking him is because he has more paths to victory. He could get a submission, knockout, or decision win here. I do worry about if it stays standing the entire fight and Horiguchi cannot mix the takedowns, then I might get a little bit nervous that Cop could find a finish or
Yeah.
win by points. If it's a Muay Thai kickboxing fight, now it's more of a 50-50. So um, I'm betting that Horiguchi mixes it up well though and wins a close decision here.
Yeah, I don't exactly. I don't see. I think Horiguchi knows he can take him down. He submitted him before already. So I think his game plan should be come in, like you said, take the wrestling, use the grappling in his advantage, and look for the submission again. Don't get caught up in the dogfight.
Yeah, and Cop does a good job of stirring the pot and getting you wound up during the fight and trying to bring out the emotions in you. The only thing I'm a little bit annoyed of, I guess, as a fan is Horiguchi's 35 years old. He had taken a pretty long break during the UFC and then came back more recently in the last like 2 years to fight again. And he's just one of those, in my opinions, another one of those what ifs. If he would have been more active, I think he could have been probably a champion defending his belt right now.
100%, dude. Yeah, but I think he still has the skill. He doesn't seem like he's a 35-year-old fighter. He still seems like he's much younger. And like you said, the American Top Team, I think this guy, he's got all the arrows are pointing towards him. And like we said, it seems like at least one underdog wins for the co-main or the main event every time. So
Yeah,
everything tells me it's
2026 is the year of the underdogs, man. All the main event underdogs are coming through. So I'm gonna have to start throwing away logic when it comes to betting on main events.
right, dude. So everything
But
tells me Horiguchi at plus 135 is where it's at.
well, I'll tell you right now. he will be at the end of my parlay. So it's super hedgeable if the parlay survives the early storm.
Love it.